is really, really tough. The BJP should be given credit to the extent that they have had a strategy and an effort that has led them, after two terms, they're still in the fight. At the same time, if the Congress prevails, eventually it'll still be a close contest, and we need to see why we did not do better than what everybody was expecting. But that cannot come on the day of the election. That has to be after the results are over. Then we sit, calm minds, cool heads, and then we.
But often we see internal dissent within your state units. We've seen it before in Madhya Pradesh, where your government fell because Jyotiraditya Scindia, did not get along with Digvijay Singh and with Kamal Nath. He had to quit your party, and your government fell because of that. We've seen in Rajasthan, internal fighting between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot come out into the open, with Sachin Pilot actually camping with his MLAs, almost dislodging the government. We've seen in Chhattisgarh also with Bhupesh Baghel and T.S. Singhdeo. You've seen in the Jammu Kashmir unit also what often happens. Do you believe in Haryana too? Possibly this is one of the reasons. Kumari Shelja came out in the open, said she felt upset that her candidates were mostly ignored. Finally, she did come out to campaign, but it was quite late. Randeep Surjewala also, many have said, has also been pretty upset with how Bhupinder Singh Hooda got a completely free hand when it came to ticket distribution. So do you believe this is something that will need to be looked at very, very closely as to whether internal fight between your senior leaders in Haryana has possibly cost you if these trends turn into results?
Well, Kumari Shelja and Randeep Singh Surjewala are both senior and respected leaders of the Congress party. In fact, Shelja ji this morning talked about how she's confident that we are going to win. So I'm hoping for a good result. So I think the party has fought together. They may be, of course, this is politics, and we may all have our own wishes, but ultimately we come together during the elections and after the elections. And dissension in political parties is not something that is unique for the Congress party. I mean, if you look at the BJP in Haryana, in Jammu and Kashmir, and as you will see in Maharashtra, there's a lot of dissent in the party. In fact, in Jammu and Kashmir, I was surprised by how much dissent there was, how much division there was. It seemed like the old Congress party, when I looked at the BJP in Jammu and Kashmir. So these things happen in politics, but ultimately the Congress party, comes together and, tries to govern for the people as
Do you also unit. Believe perhaps...
So we have to see when these results come.
We are seeing strategically... We are seeing strategically your alliance has worked in J&K. You stand at 52 leads cumulatively currently. That's a pretty comfortable figure, above the magic figure, above the majority mark. Do you believe, in hindsight, an alliance with the AAP should have been stitched up? Would that have possibly helped in Haryana?
That I cannot really, to be honest with you, I cannot really weigh in on that, because these are things that the local party, they're the ones who know the lay of the land best. When we make a decision, it is after taking all factors into account. And you saw yourself, the exit polls until just 2 days back were giving us a huge majority there for the most part. So we don't really know what has happened so far. I'm still hoping for a change in these results, just as we saw in the results of Vinesh Phogat. So fingers crossed. But if we fall short, we will have to take a look at what happened. But that'll come after the results day, but not before that.
Okay, talking of course very quickly now back to Jammu and Kashmir, where things are of course looking good for your alliance. The BJP was targeting your party by saying that you are not taking a stand on the issue of 370 and 35A. Why is that?
Yes. Okay, so, what we've said consistently, I mean, I've said it, other leaders have said it. When you form an alliance, everybody has an agenda. Everybody has a manifesto. When the BJP formed an alliance with the PDP, exact opposites. They came up with an alliance, kind of an agenda for governance in Jammu and Kashmir. So the National Conference and the Congress Party are ideologically far more similar than, say, the BJP and the PDP. And what will happen after the results are declared, when we are hopefully in a position to form the government, what we'll do is we'll form an agenda for governance. And this is, the National Conference may have certain things that they focused on. To be honest with you, I think the people of Jammu and Kashmir right now need a bit of a healing touch in terms of governance. There's nobody to listen to the people right now, because everything is controlled by the lieutenant governor and bureaucrats who are not even from the place. So in some ways, people are left, at the mercy of pretty much people who are not accountable. So right now, the most important thing to do is to have an accountable government, people's representatives, so that their voices can be heard, so that we can actually start rebuilding lives in Jammu and Kashmir. And this is across Jammu and Kashmir. This is not just Kashmir or Jammu.
Okay. Is Omar Abdullah likely to be your CM face?
That is something that obviously the National Conference is the leading partner in this alliance. They will obviously have the bigger say in this. Of course, they'll consult us as well. But this is something that will happen after the results are declared.
Okay. Sheikh Nasir, you are now down to 3 leads only in J&K. If we talk about the current trend that is emerging from the state, do you believe solid introspection now will be needed for your party going forward?
Of course, after the elections are over, the party leadership will sit and think about the future course of action. But so far as these elections are concerned, whatever the results are there, we have to accept the people's verdict. But still, there are a lot more to do in the coming days within the party and outside the party as well. So our party leadership will take a call, and definitely the things will be set right, and we'll look forward.
Do you believe in hindsight you should have forged an alliance with the NC and Congress?
So that is for the top leadership to decide if there will be any need to the alliance to support them. Definitely.
No. Now they perhaps might not. Now they perhaps might not even need you, because right now they stand on 52 leads. But in hindsight, should you have forged an alliance earlier? Would that have helped your party better?
So that is for the party leadership to decide, the top leadership to decide. These things are to be decided by the political affairs committee of the party. So what will be the good in the interest of the party as well as in the interest of Jammu and Kashmir, that will be done.
Okay, let's get in Tom Vadakan. He's also joining us now, BJP national spokesperson Tom Vadakan. We are seeing a good news coming for you from Haryana so far. 49 seats you're leading on compared to 35 seats for the Congress. There was a twist in the tail. Of course, the Congress had surged ahead early in the morning. There were even sweets being distributed there. Dhols were being brought into the Congress office, and there was a euphoria there. Suddenly things changed. What do you make of what has happened, and are you confident now that these leads are going to turn into results, or do you believe perhaps you might need help from some of the independents in the state of Haryana?
Well, I'm not an astrologer, but I can tell you this much, that the exit polls was not convincing, because we trusted our karyakartas and the input from the ground, and they were against the exit polls report. So, results. And what has happened is, after 10 years, people of Haryana, people have realized the Bharatiya Janata Party has delivered. And the false narrative built up by the Congress party through the Pahalwan agitation and the other agitation did not find support in the people of Haryana. That is a reality. You can't manipulate the mind of a voter. Voters of Haryana are wise. They know who can deliver and who have delivered for the last 10 years.
Okay. If these trends do turn into results in Jammu and Kashmir, what do you make of the verdict that's coming out there? The BJP just at 26 leads as compared to the NC Congress is 52 leads. Are you disappointed in how J&K is panning out?
No, we are not disappointed at all. We believe that this is a victory of democracy. This is a victory for not just democracy, for the secular positions we have taken, for the development projects that have been brought, and the security system that is in place in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. You have seen Rahul Gandhi going and enjoying ice cream without security in Lal Chowk, and the voting percentage was about 80% to 90% in some constituency. This is a victory for democracy. This is a victory for our people. This is a victory for India. So for us, we celebrate the democracy that is being brought out in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Whoever wins, democracy wins.
Okay, whoever wins, democracy has won in Jammu and Kashmir is what you're clearly saying. Now, what factors do you believe worked for your party, which is leading to these trends in your favor in Haryana? The exit polls predicted otherwise.